Apex is absolutely screwed right now, to the point where if you queue a certain server at a certain time, you will get a free 20 bomb. So let's talk about that. The servers this takes place on are the Asian servers, more specifically the East Asian servers. These servers have had such a bad reputation over the years, and honestly, you will see why. If we go back to 5 years ago at the very start of Apex, you can see videos everywhere calling the Asian servers really bad because they're infested with cheaters. And on these servers, we were seeing cheats that we had never saw before in Apex, like a speed hack. This speed hack is not possible anymore in Apex. Hackers have to find more creative ways, but this guy is just crouching and zooming around. This is brutal. The thing is though about the East Asian servers, they never actually improved with the cheater situation. I mean, it was common to see absolutely crazy sites like cheaters 3-stacking. Yes, you normally see a cheater working on their own, but 3 of them in a team? That is brutal efficiency. Cheaters weren't the only major issue in these servers as well. There were DDoS issues where if you annoyed somebody in the server or killed somebody that had the power to, they would just simply shut down the server. There was not much more to it. These issues were rampant in the Asian servers, and it got to the point where a lot of the players, especially pro players from this region, said, we simply cannot play ranked on these servers anymore. We have to move servers to be able to play and enjoy the game and potentially make a living out of it. Which is what they did. A lot of Asian players actually started to move to North American servers. But unfortunately, this would create a lot of drama. Also, you may be thinking, why didn't the players in the East Asian servers just report the cheaters to somebody like Hideouts, who would manually ban cheaters from player reports and clips? And it turns out the Asia servers actually had a guy called Rin, whose position at Respawn was to be Apex security for the APAC region. But unfortunately, around the time all of this drama was going on, Respawn moved him away from his security position, so he was no longer there to manually ban cheaters. Which sucks because Rin spoke Japanese and did clear up a lot of the Japanese servers. What was the drama that ensued from these players moving to North American servers though? Well, it turns out when Asian players play on North American servers, because of the Earth and the fact that they live far away from the North American data centers, the Asian players normally had around a 200 ping, which was bad for them, because seriously, have you ever played on over 100 ping? It's horrible. But it was also bad for American players who often hated fighting against people with high ping because it just reflected in how their character moved and it didn't feel nice at all, or fair at all. On top of this, some players believed there was something called a high ping advantage, which would make fighting these players very, very hard. Apparently the high ping advantage is basically if somebody with a high ping was fighting you, there was a chance they could see you, but you can't see them. So there would be situations where you get one clipped from an enemy who has direct vision on you, but is probably behind a wall on your screen. Although the high ping advantage thing is very controversial, and honestly, I've played on 200 ping, I don't feel like I'm having an advantage, but regardless, people were very mad at this advantage. Also, apparently because a lot of Asian players moved to North American servers, the Asian cheaters also followed them, so there was just more Asian cheaters on North American servers. It was a mess, and because of this, Respawn will push to test a region lock system, and they did start testing it. The region lock system was only implemented in Master and Pred lobbies because that's where most of the issues were occurring, because playing Master and Pred lobbies in Asian servers was completely terrible. Even Respawn acknowledged this in their tweet. They said, we understand that many of you prefer to play on servers outside of your region for various reasons, including a concern for cheaters, but please know we are continuing to work on addressing these concerns with our game security team, and we will continue to evaluate ways to improve the quality of competitive matches in the coming months. These days though, I don't think the region lock exists anymore, and I think they just managed to improve the game's netcode to a point where Asian players playing North American servers weren't too much of a concern. They did mention in their tweet that they were doing this, and I think they were successful. So now you know that the Asian servers are so bad people literally immigrated from those servers. How are people now using them to get free 20 bombs? Well, recently there's been a new issue occurring on the Asian servers, and I have an idea to what this all means because it will be very confusing the first time you see it. Basically, as explained by Burno, for the last 4 seasons, early morning games on any Asian servers have 30 AFK Gibby bots dropping solo. People use these armies of bots to farm 20 bombs. And this may sound unbelievable, but if you've watched a recent Zilbrad video, you know it's true. I mean, look at the state of these. They are clearly not controlled by a real human. They seem to be running some sort of macro to punch every few seconds. I also managed to get into a game with these bots, and it wasn't even an early morning Asian server game, and they seem to have absolutely no brain. These are just bots being run off somebody's computer for some strange reason that we'll get onto. People on these servers are clever though. People see these armies of bots and then think, wow, that's a free 20 bomb for me. I mean, there have been players that went into these servers and got 35 kills from these Gibby bots, and guess what? They weren't the kill leader. Somebody has more than 35 kills. How? And a lot of you are probably thinking, wow, that's pretty cool. An army of bots drop in every game? That's awesome. Well, it's not if you simply want to play the game, because 90% of the lobby are just brainless gibbies. I'm sure the novelty wears away very, very quickly. So what are the source of these bots? Is this some sort of giant Destroyer 2009 conspiracy? Well, I have a few theories to what these bots are, and honestly, if you've been paying attention to this video, I think you'll agree. Because believe it or not, this isn't the first time we've seen AFK bots like this in Apex before, although up until this point, we hadn't really seen them to this degree. Last time we saw them, they were taking over Arenas games, and it was possible to have full teams of bots in Arenas games that just sat there and punched the floor. And when I went and investigated these bots, I had a theory to what these were. I theorized somebody had a computer that was running many instances of Apex Legends, and all of these instances would be running AFK in games with the intention to level up these accounts to level 20 or 50, so then cheaters can buy these accounts, not have to worry about the level 50 requirement to play ranked, and then cheat on them with no risk of losing their items. Also, these accounts might be leveling up to get free packs and potentially unbox an heirloom, allowing the account farmers to sell accounts preloaded with heirloom shards. And I'm fairly sure this is the same case in the Asian servers, just at a bigger degree. It seems there's a big business in leveling up these accounts and then selling them to cheaters. Believe it or not, this is also a really big thing in the Counter-Strike community, especially in the Chinese Counter-Strike community. The other day I saw a video of a computer lab, and every computer was running hundreds of instances of Counter-Strike to level up accounts and maybe even get free items on these accounts. On the Asian servers though, why does it only happen in the morning? Well, it doesn't only happen in the morning, there's just not many games happening in the morning. So if you've got 500 bots queuing 24/7 in Apex matches on the Asian servers, it's very likely that you get to see more of these bots in the morning because less actual humans are playing the game. I mean, I played the Asian servers at a peak time and I only saw 2 bots, so it kind of proves this theory. The big question at the end of this though is, are Respawn going to fix this? Well, originally I didn't want to make this video because I didn't want to give people an unfair way to make 20 bombs, but this has become such a public and major issue now, it's hard to not talk about. On top of this, the more people that know about this issue and the more people that try to fly in and get 20 bombs early in the morning are going to dilute the amount of bots between games. This actually happened when Grrt covered this on Twitter. When he posted that he got a 30 bomb, so many people started queuing these servers that using these bots for a 20 bomb no longer worked. And I kind of hope I have this effect because there's so many videos on YouTube telling people to use this strategy. And for Respawn fixing it, it's going to be pretty hard because the bots are getting around the AFK system by punching every so often so they don't get kicked from the game. But I feel like a multi-billion-dollar company like Respawn surely has the ability to detect bots that don't get any kills every single game, don't move from a 20-meter radius all game, and play 24/7 all day because they're from a bot farm. I feel like there's surely a way to patch this for Respawn, and this kind of thing just has to stop, dude, because it's ruining games. Hopefully this gets fixed, and hopefully I've ruined bot farming in these servers for a good few weeks now. Enjoy, everybody!